Welcome students. Today we are going to start a new chapter from English grammar that deals with adjectives, the degree of comparison. So in the previous video we have already studied about what is adjective, and if you have forgotten what is adjective, let me remind you that an adjective is a word that describes noun or pronoun, or you can say place or thing. So now we are going to study about how the adjectives are used in comparing people and things. So let's get started. Basically, there are three types of degree of comparison in adjectives. Number one is positive degree, number two is comparative degree, and number three is superlative degree. So we'll be discussing about all these three degrees in detail in this chapter. So how we are going to use these three degrees in forming the sentences, all this we are going to learn about in this chapter. Okay, like for example, you can see in your book, Mohan is a kind boy. So here you can see in the first sentence that the adjective kind is in the positive degree. So why is it in positive degree? Because the base form of adjectives is known as positive degree, and the kind is the base form of adjective. Okay, now in the second sentence you can see the Mohan is kinder than Shyam. So in the second sentence, Mohan's kindness is being compared to that of Shyam. So Mohan is kinder than Shyam. So this Mohan's kindness has been compared with the kindness of Shyam. So that's why the kinder in the second sentence is the comparative degree. Okay, and in the third sentence you can see Mohan is the kindest boy in the class. So in the third sentence, Mohan kindness is being compared to that of everyone else. Okay, so now in the third sentence you can see the Mohan is the kindest boy in the class. So that's why Mohan kindness is compared with everyone in the class. That's why the adjective kindness is in the superlative degree. So now we are going to study about positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree one by one. Now we will learn what is positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. So we'll start with positive degree. So positive degree, the base form of adjective is known as positive degree. That is the base form of adjective that, for example, I have already given Mohan is a kind boy. Okay, so the kind here is a base form of adjective. That's why it is a positive degree. So the base form of adjective is known as positive degree. It makes no comparison. Like for example, Mohan is a kind boy. Here the this sentence is not making any comparison with anyone. It is talking only about the Mohan kindness. So here we are not seeing any comparison. So that's why it is a positive degree. Okay. Number two, here is comparative degree. So when two things are compared, or two person or things are compared, that time that sentence is known as comparative degree. Like for example, again, Mohan is kinder than Sam. So here in this sentence, there is a comparison is being made between Mohan and Sam. That's why it is a comparative degree. Okay, and number third is superlative degree. So when more than two things are compared, here in the superlative degree, when more than two things are compared, that time we can say this sentence is a superlative in the form of superlative degree. So we always use the during the in the superlative sentence. Okay, so when when more than two things are compared, then sentence is known as superlative degree, in the form of superlative degree. Like for example, here example is given: Mohan is the kindest boy in the class. So here Mohan's kindness is compared with everyone in the class. That's why it is a superlative degree. Okay. In the comparative degree, we often use then. Okay. And in the superlative degree, we often use the. Okay. That thing you have to remember. Next, moving on, we will learn how to form the comparative and superlative degree. So let's see with the examples. Like for example, you can see out here, most adjectives add er and est to their base form to form comparative and superlative degree. Like for example, tall, taller, tallest, er and est is added in the base form of adjective. That is, tall became taller, tallest. Okay, large became larger, largest. Hard became harder, hardest. So same way, on the some adjectives change the spelling while forming the comparative and superlative degree. So in some adjectives, what happened? It changes the spelling while forming the comparative and superlative degree. For example, big becomes bigger, biggest. Tasty become tastier and tastiest. Okay, like out here, ger is added and gest is added. Okay, and in the second word, tasty, tastier, I is added and iest is added. So it has completely changed the spelling of the base form of adjective. So this is how you can change the comparative base form of adjective, that is positive degree into comparative degree and superlative degree, by using er and est. Okay, case is totally different. In some cases, while changing the positive degree into comparative and superlative degree, like you can see out here, you have to use more and most before the adjective. Okay, and for example, you can see out here, the difficult becomes more difficult, most difficult, and wonderful become more wonderful and most wonderful. Okay, so here the case is totally different. You don't have to add er or est out here. You have to add instead of that, you have to add more and most in some cases. Okay, and there are some adjectives that do not follow rules only while forming their comparative and superlative degree. Okay, so while changing the adjectives into comparative and superlative degree, here the case is totally different. Here the rules, they do not follow the rules. Okay, like for example, you can see that good will become better and best. Okay, bad will become worse and worst. Okay, so this is how you can change the sentence from the base form of adjective, that is positive degree, to comparative degree and superlative degree. I hope you all are clear with my lecture in this video. So likewise, you have to do the exercises. So stay home, stay safe, and have a nice day.